What is going on, you guys? This is your boy Tropical Thunder, and today I have a brand new video for you guys. Sorry I've been uploading throughout this past whole week, or usually I post around the weekend time, but I just haven't been able to. So hopefully this goes up sooner. This video goes up on either Saturday or Sunday, but I have a brand new drift build for you guys. It's something that I put in a car. It's a specific upgrade that you have to put on, and I just wanted to share with you guys. Mainly this is videos for people who use the wheel, either the Thrustmaster or pretty much any type of wheel you're using, and who like to use or like to do 900 degrees of rotation onto their car. And right now I'm be showing you guys my BRZ. I just made this. It's probably my favorite car right now, but I haven't tried a lot of drift cars. I've just been slowly going into different cars, but right now I really like the BRZ. It's actually engine swap right now. I think it is the V8, but let's see, conversion, obviously rear wheel drive. And I believe the aspiration is, yep, it's stuck. And so that doesn't really matter. Tires, right now I'm running sport tires. You could either do street or sport, it doesn't really matter, it's all preference. Race tires, don't even worry about it. Race tires will, I mean, if you want to drift in race tires, that's fine, but it's not something that you really do. So we got 245s in the front, and I believe my rear is 215, but I'm actually going to step it up to 235 because I feel like I've been spinning out these past couple sessions that I've been doing with this car. Oh, it looks so gorgeous. Wheels, rims, doesn't really matter. I believe everything in this category is race except for the driveline, which is actually a sport. And for brakes, also race. We'll do that later. Roll bars, sport. I think both of them are sport, the rear and the front. This is a race chassis, and it's also a race weight reduction. Now, the most important part of this video that you have to put on to your car, the upgrade, is actually in the springs and dampers section. It is actually the rally springs and dampers that you have to put on. When your ride rises up, it doesn't really matter because you could change it later on when you decide to tune your car. It's gonna go really high in the beginning, but you could always change that to something. You can always change your ride height to pretty much the lowest setting that you can. So I believe everything in the engine is preference. Obviously, you could put anything that you want. You either go really high horsepower or really low horsepower. It all depends on your preference. So you don't really have to follow my my build for this. I believe I did everything race with a couple of sports parts added into it because I didn't want this to be super high horsepower car. And I think right now I'm just gonna install the setup because I changed my tires. Take this a while to load. I kind of like this new feature that they did. They don't just add your stuff into the car right away. They wait at the very end and then it loads pretty much your stuff. So right now we're gonna go to tunes, 30/30 front and rear. Gearing, all preference. I usually like to stay within the third gear, so that's where I keep my power band or my car. So for alignment, I believe, come on, alignment, there we go. Alignment, I keep a 2-to-1 ratio from the front and the rear. It all depends. Like, honestly, if you don't want to stick to this, you could definitely change this. And toe, 0-0. I don't know why anyone else would do anything but 0, because when you're doing toe, you want your wheels to be aligned and pointing in the same direction when you turn in or when you counter steer or something. You want them to be pointing in the same direction. So if you put toe in your car, you're basically wearing out your tires and they're not pointing in the same direction when you turn in and or turn out. And obviously angle is at the highest 7 degrees. So anti-roll bars, since I only put sport, it doesn't really matter. Springs, this is where you can change your ride height, and it's obviously just drop it down to its lowest or whatever you prefer. And the front and rear, for the spring softness and stiffness, it all depends. Like it's one of those things that is personal preference. You can do whatever you like. Dampers, doesn't really matter, that's the stock. Some people will disagree, but I like to put my my balance more towards the rear. And people who put it in front, it doesn't really matter. For differential, for acceleration I put 100%, and for deceleration I actually put 75. Before I used to put 100% for both acceleration and deceleration, but I just found that for, I don't know, Forza Horizon 3 it's a little different, and I tend to spin out when I leave deceleration at 100%. So that's why I bumped it a little lower to 75%. So that's pretty much my drift build. You guys don't have to copy it. It's all personal preference. But the main, like the most important thing that you guys have to put on is, not transmission, is the springs and dampers, rally springs and dampers. Because it gives your car, I think of it as a wheel lock, but you can pretty much call it whatever you want. So here we are at the Surfers Paradise parking lot where pretty much everyone goes to drift, and we're gonna do some cockpit and hopefully some third person point of view in this track that we're gonna do. There we go. I think we're gonna start off with cockpit first. Cockpit, there we go. First turn in, shoot pretty good. I got that new perk where you actually do your ×6 on your points, and that's been like helping me out a lot, helping me level up faster. So this is pretty much the section that I try to run. I mean, I've seen people run different sections in this parking lot, but this is pretty much the main one. I know that I probably run 2 sections on here. And here you got the Manji section right there. Switch back. This is actually the place where you get the most wheel lock, because it's a really long turn. There we go. Let's swing back. No, don't lose it. No. Yeah, pretty much loving this BRZ. I'm gonna try some third person. We got the Domo in the back. The blow off. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. It sounds so nice. Right there is when I get, I guess we could call it the most blow off. Ooh, really tapped that. But it's all good. Let's swing back to the Manji. Now I'm trying to run 100 degrees of rotation. And people would say you can't run 900 degrees of rotation. It's not impossible. It's just if you compare it to other games, then you'll be upset. But Forza Horizon 3, it's not that bad. It's doable. And people who don't do it are, come on, don't lose it. I lost it. Spun out. See, I was spinning out so many more times before I switched in those tires. Well, not too much, but I would still spin out. But it's doing a little better with these different tires. Anyway, so going back to people who try to think that 900 degrees is like impossible. It's not impossible. You just have to put up with it. I think this is going to be my last run for you guys. Come on, tap it. Oh, man. and get close to the water. On G. Swing back. Hold it. Hold it. Oh, so close. Almost hit that wall. I like that drift tab bonus though. I think I got it. You can get like 500 times more or something like that. Now we spin out. Alright, you guys, let's conclude our today's video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.